Utada, which is Utada, it is Uganda Transport Development Agency. Let's have that one. You are the one. No, you are Utada. If you are, we are now. Who is the one for Uganda Transport Development Agency? Who is that? Huh? Yes. No, I want to give him, but I want us to first finalize what we had. Then I will give him also separately to present. Is yours? Then you present.
Madam, excuse me, Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Madam Chair, I think here the clerk needs to help us. Which entity did we invite?
Yes. This is the list.
Madam Chair, with due respect to you, the usual way of us handling our meetings with KCCA leaves a lot untold. Can you kindly tell these people to calm down? We're in Parliament. You know, 4 people stand up at a time, clapping like we're in a village. Thump, just thump. We are contemplating what you're saying.
Honorable, you know that's the kind of life they have used to. So you have to bear with them a little bit. Let's now hear from the clerk, because what I have on the line, what we have invited, the people we have invited, it is, you mentioned them. You can use and you listen to who the people we have invited to present. But in case you are also there and you are not invited, maybe we shall also give you a chance and you present.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. In line with your guidance to invite the various factions or various groups in the taxi industry, in a letter dated 24th of August 2023, we invited the following. We invited the Uganda Taxi Transport Executive Governing Authority, also known as UTEGA.
Excuse me, clerk, when they mention, you put up your, when I mention the group.
That Uganda Tax Transport Executive Governing Authority, UTEGA. Number 2, Uganda Transport Development Agency, UTRADA. Number 3, Uganda Transport Development Agency, UTIDA. Because it was. And we also have the Uganda Tax Operators. No, Honorable Chair, we received various petitions. Some of them are not properly documented. We also received from individuals and even from the tax management committee of I think the new tax park, where I rightly guided that we cannot have everybody in the whole country petitioning Parliament. We would not proceed. So some of these agencies, it's like there is a duplicity in even the way they are named. That's why there is a contention between the two. So I would propose, Honorable Chair, that if there is a contention within UTRADA, like you've guided, we let the other agencies make a presentation and then give an opportunity to the second faction within UTRADA to make a presentation.
Maybe, Honorable Chair. Thank you.
My colleague here to talk English very well than me, I can allow you to let him come to say my things.
Honorable Ministers, members of parliament, as per what the interim chairperson Utrada and the former, that is not the issue. The issue I've been very clear, I said, I'm a PI, meaning I'm a private investigator. Me, I consume and add something to put right what has gone wrong. I was approached. I have a private security company in the names of Taifa Security Uganda Limited, handling investigations. At the same time, when the interim came to me, I took them as my clients. So I'm here for purposes of time to refer to what was written to this committee. To save time, this was dated on 8th, a copy which I presume is already served to the clerk, and it reads, for purposes of those who were not around. It is dated 9th August 2023. It was being addressed to the chair lady, but I was chairperson. I was advised by the clerk that next time we may perfect after looking into the right address. But it reads, the chair lady for President's Parliamentary Affairs. Petition by the Interim Committee of Uganda Transport Development Agency, UTRADA. With due respect and honor, permit us to first and foremost thank you and your team for the very good work you have so far done and still doing. We also wish to extend our sincere appreciations and salutations to the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of Parliament for wisely deliberating parliamentary affairs for our motherland, Uganda. We humbly, through you, submit our deepest warm regards and continued prayers that God awards you all abundant life, and we thank God for that. We would like to humbly submit our concerns to your committee to look into our affairs as taxi industry that employs the informal sector, which is also important in the drive to our economy. This is so because it employs and serves very many of us who did not have chance, ability to study very far, but very useful and supporting big numbers of families, households nationally. The main reason, purpose, and very urgent need of petitioning your good office rests on the usual challenges facing our transport sector from time immemorial to date. And despite very clear directives of our beloved President, very good advice, guidelines, financial support to assist us ever operate and manage our only job. It is unfortunate that various persons have instead diverted, infiltrated, and continue to frustrate our noble cause, turning off our very well set aims and objectives of the formation of our various associations, clearly outlined in our Constitution. It's upon this background, the very reason we thought it wise to petition your good office for your timely intervention, parental advice, actions, with a view of streamlining service delivery to the benefit of our members and the general public at large. For ease of reference, proof and clarity, as the interim committee, upon sensing and realizing that some of our leaders, especially from UTRADA and UTOF, have apparently become voiceless due to various factors, i.e. their terms of service expired long ago, now 2 years, as per our Constitution, have now become compromised with situations that are now beyond their control. Yet the purpose of our formation cannot be diverted. This has now given a very porous ground for ill-greedy intentioned elements to take center stage, and now manifested and committed dubious acts, leading to now various questions that need to be addressed very urgently. Among them include and not limited to: question number 1, who has the mandate of despising and demeaning presidential guidelines / directives? Question number 2, when was our only job tendered to these very determined violent groups of people without our knowledge and key members in this tax industry? Question number 3, who are these people dressed in various attires, i.e. black uniforms, jackets, reflectors, staging various roadblocks on taxis? Question number 4, why are they making multiple taxations against the directives of the Fountain of Honor and the head of state? Question number 5, what is the responsible authority mandated to clear this disorder doing? And they put in brackets KCCA. Question number 6 was, where are other government bodies / ministries that include the line ministries empowered to handle this, i.e. local government, transport, security, etc.? Number 7, unless these concerns are addressed urgently, we may have no other alternative but be tempted to believe that our beloved president has been or is being betrayed by his very own people under him, around him, etc. Question number 8, who are these persons dressed in attires similar to those of various government security organs, i.e. Uganda Police Force, private security organizations, KCCA? Number 9, why are they very busy staging broad day roadblocks, above all inconveniencing innocent passengers, harassing and humiliating tax operators in guise of collecting revenue, which is actually multiple taxation against the will and the full directives of our beloved president, the head of state? The last question was, does it mean there is no order to be in place under all the necessary and mandated authorized government parastatals? On record file, various very abnormal and unbecoming mode of operations that have even led to loss of people's lives have happened in broad daylight, but disappeared as if unnoticed, with all the available good cameras on all locations in and around Kampala Metropolitan, including upcountry stations. Why? NB, find here too attached some of the few pictures of the said persons on various locations in and around Kampala, receipts of multiple taxations, a photocopy of our certificate of incorporation, and a few portions of vital clauses stipulating our lines of duties in our constitution, and also photocopies of His Excellency the President's written directives copied to various government bodies on record file. Attached here too is the full list of the names, contacts, and portfolios of our current interim steering committee, the only remaining voice of the majority voiceless. And lastly, anticipating for your usual cooperation, yours faithfully, Rashid Ruman, interim chairperson. Then attached are those ones that are around there. They have a list of their members of the interim committee, starting with Rashid Ruman is the interim chairperson. Chiimba Juma is the PRO. Yase Jamil is the vice chairman. Chaze Jamil. Kakande Isaac, secretary. Lukwago Michael, planning and legal. Chinji Hamid, welfare. Mwanika Zubair, advisor. Seninde Rwama, coordinator. Tivaingana Robert, traffic manager. Hire Laka told us they are also petitioned because you may have over 1,000 petitions in Uganda. And I was very glad when he told me that he let him accompany those supporting documents that can assist and is here with them, he will comfortably put them before there because they are not mine, elaborating what he has. So he may not have time to also express the same, but I've served two-way. Thank you for the moment.
I'm the chairperson of Uganda Transport Development Agency, UTRADA, the original, elected. Madam Chairperson and colleague, no, this is the unity we have down there, which brought calmness in the taxi industry and in the city. Yes, my name, thank you very much, honorable members, to allow me to present my issues or our issues. For us, in UTRADA, our colleague claimed that our term was expired. He may be true in some point, but during the end of our term as a UTRADA, it was the time of COVID. His Excellency President came out and he abolished any gathering. So we didn't have any chance during that time because you said it is now about 2 years. That's the time of COVID. So as executive, we passed a resolution in our last meeting. We are going to call a general meeting to decide on the issue of elections. We don't have any interim committee in UTRADA. But Madam Chairperson, the big problem we have faced here is that you restricted us to only one language, in English. That's the only problem, because some of our issues may not come out properly because of the restriction you made. We didn't know that we had a chance to hire a marshal like our colleagues did, to hire a marshal from the Taifa Security Uganda Limited to come and articulate their issues properly before this parliament. We could have hired one to come and elaborate very clearly. So that is the only issue, because you have a lot of issues to tell you. We had a lot of fighting in the tax industry because of those mercenaries entering into our organizations to come and petition Parliament, petition IGG, petition where, while those issues was supposed to be tackled down there. Those machineries, they are the problems of the tax industry. They are creating organizations, associations to bring confusion. For us to unite, to make this route of the Federation of Uganda Tax Operators, we got advice from His Excellency the President. We were fighting. President called us in the State House in Entebbe. We sat with him for several times, and he advised us to come up with one unit, with one executive. So we took his advice. We came back and we seated down, which was not easy because organizations was very many. But eventually we agreed to form this unity, UTOF. In UTOF, me, I'm the vice chairperson in charge of. Yes, it came from the advice of the president. And now in the tax industry, there is calmness in the city, in Uganda, countrywide. Calmness in the tax industry is there. So these mercenaries started now. They have started, they have come in now. They created that group that we are the interim Utrada. From where? They sat where? Where was that meeting? Elected you. The general meeting of Utrada. Where is the minutes of that meeting? So this mercenary, the Natete one, it is still the same. There is a man called Dr. Chigundu. Chigundu is another mercenary who was behind those who take basing in Usafi. We reported him to the authorities, to security. They started to hunt him. He shifted to Natete Tax Park, and created another group in Natete. That is the very problem. That Chigundu is a liar. He's a liar. He doesn't have any stage in the tax industry. He's not a tax owner. He's not what? He's just infiltrating the tax industry and start to hoodwink some of the taxi drivers, and they start to milk money from the stages that I'm going to write a petition to His Excellency the Parliament, the President. And we, as the Utof, the Utrada, yes, because I'm the chairperson of Utrada, I'm the vice chairperson of Utof. When I mention Utof, don't laugh. because we are the one now controlling the tax industry. We have brought peace in the city. We have brought peace in the country, in the tax industry. So, Madam Chairperson, I didn't know that we had a chance of hiring a mercenary. Maybe we could have come with one. But my English is not...
How did you get to know to come?
They invited us. The letter is here. Where I see a what? Uganda Transport Development Agency. We reserved this name in the RBS. So
that means you knew that this meeting was on.
I was invited. Even I received a call from the clerk.
Then why didn't you just prepare? Why didn't you get the mercenary to write for you?
The call was yesterday. Maybe at 2, when I was in another meeting. The clerk called me. So how can you think that?
Then I don't know. The clerk called you?
Yes. Even the call is here on my phone. It is here. He called me at 2. How can I go and hire a mercenary at 2 yesterday and make a petition like this? So I decided to come and present.
It's not a petition. It is just a presentation.
It's a presentation.
To present what you know about yourself and about
I was in a meeting.
And Utof.
I was in a meeting at 2.
But if you have been in an organization, say like now, if someone called me to ask me anything about Rushenyi, I don't need many hours to talk about Rushenyi.
Chairperson.
You as an MP, a technocrat. For us, we are lay people. Thank you very much. But okay.
Chairperson, and you have used your authority to allow the stakeholders to give their issues. Apart from the management issues between them, does this member have issues of the industry which he wants to present to Parliament? Can he proceed to issues instead of, the fights among themselves?
Okay. Tamayambara, just present your issues.
Okay.
Even if they are not written by a mercenary, but since you have been in the industry and you know very well, just tell us.
So I have cleared. Maybe it is there. So let our chairperson in UTOF, because UTOF now is the one controlling the taxi industry, elaborate on that petition. But for me, I have come out to clear these lies from the so-called interim UTRAD.
Of Uganda Transport Development Agency, elected at Nachivubo. Elected. But in their document submitted to you, Honorable Chairperson, they talked of double taxation. Honorable Chair, I just want to make it clear before this Honorable Committee that in taxi industry, especially in Kampala, surrounding areas, we no longer have multiple taxation, though they expressed in their document. When we are before the president in State House in Entebbe, he said, no, I'm not giving you information. The president was very clear. The president was very clear, Honorable Speaker, that we should pay only one taxation, which was 840,000 and 720,000 for those operating within Kampala metropolitan areas. But again, it came on issues of those taxi or those parker owners, private parker owners. He said now if somebody has put his private park, there is no way government can come in to restrict or to say you want to pay anything in somebody's business. That one was very clear.
Vice Chair,
people put their private parks.
You are presenting Utrada.
Yes. And moreover,
who has UTOF? Who is UTOF?
Very good. I'm the General Secretary, Federation of Uganda Taxi Operators.
Now, you stop confusing us.
Yes.
Utrada, the so-called what you call interim. By the time they formed their interim, there could have been a reason why. Now, I want to listen to UTOF, which forms the umbrella of whatever.
So now, Honorable Speaker.
Let's listen to UTOF.
So, Honorable Speaker, if the issue is about, you want to hear about UTOF, but again, we need also to say something slightly about whatever is going on. If we can sit in such a honorable house, and people start coming in with lies, calling him sort of chairperson of UTRADA, is there no legitimate ways of somebody find out whether he's right or not? Is it a matter of saying that I'm a vice chairperson of Presidential Affairs, Parliament of Uganda? They listen to me. People should present their legitimacy before Parliament, before even sitting in such honorable houses. Otherwise, people will create more confusion, more associations on the ground after hearing that you are giving people attention like this.
I've listened. You know, these people, we are listening to issues.
Yes.
That is bringing problems to them. That's why they petition.
It's very true, Honorable.
Now, I want to listen to your issues. But now when you start now accusing,
these are the issues.
I want the answer. I want the answer to come from. That's why we called KCCA. That's why we called WACS. That's why we called local government.
We have to react on their submission, Honorable.
No, because you present your issues. Don't react. The reaction will be done later, and it should be us now maybe to react. So you present your issues, but I know that you are talking of UTRADA. You present your issues as the so-called
UTOF.
No, the so-called UTRADA, you say this one is interim, but there is original
UTRADA. Yes.
UTRADA. You present your issues.
That's where I was.
Then after that, on the list we have on the list we have UTRADA.
UTRADA, Honorable, it's UTRADA. But we are just requesting, Honorable.
Issues.
Yes, Honorable Chairperson. Yes. We are just requesting to solve issues once for all. Because when people start writing, when people start writing in documents to honorable members of parliament, to the speaker, personating those solves, I think that should also got a permanent solution from here. Otherwise, it will cause more chaos, more fights, even more writings to the parliament, people personating Dom Sorovs to this honorable house. So that one, honorable, we request that that one should be stopped. People impersonating Dom Sorovs and whatever. Honorable Speaker, right, honorable, sorry, Chairperson, Madam Chair.
Yeah, Madam Chair, with due respect to you, I want to sit this gentleman down. We don't have all the time. You are not a woman. They are saying bring issues. You are busy talking into your colleague's file. You don't have issues, sit down. What is your problem? You think we are here just to listen to your rubbish? You don't have issues. If you have issues, mention them, issue 1, issue 2. If you think they have told us lies, why don't you bring your issues?
Madam, I beg to clarify some little. Yes. Colleagues trying, even me will try. That's so confusion, Madam, came in after the first petition from Natete. By that time, that new Utrada was not there. That Lashidi Roman was a member of Utov. Yeah, we should clarify these things. These so-called external forces, they don't want taxi to be organized. They used to get money from us, from security agencies, from where. The moment we united, so they cried, and they started now. These are our members who were picked from Federation of Uganda Taxi Operators. Most of these people are from Utrada. This Brian Sebijimba is a member of Utrada. Some of them are from those associations which have been united. This Utov, it federates all. We have 189 stages in Kampala. They are all subscribing to Utov. And most of these...
sorry to interrupt you.
Yes, Honorable.
Are you talking on behalf of Utov?
I'm talking of, because I'm the chairperson.
Because there is a presentation.
Can you present? For us, we just replied. They petitioned against us. For us, we replied. But there is a presentation. Okay, can I read it?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
It will save time.
Okay. Thank you. This is our reply, done on 28th August this year, to the clerk, to the Parliament of the Republic of Uganda. Reference invitation for a meeting on the alleged unbattled mistreatment of taxi operators, illegal and multiple taxation, and the illegal mounted roadblocks enforced by unidentified persons. First, reference is made to the above invitation to the Joint Committee meeting on Thursday, 31st, which is of today, at 10 a.m. in room 139. You apologized for us because we went there. First floor, North Wing, Parliamentary Buildings. We thank you for the invitation, but we would like to point out a few points in the invitation. The chairman, Uganda Taxi Development Executive Governing Authority, UTEGA, we would like to bring to your attention that there are 2 active UTEGA groups in the parks, and each posing authentic. One is led by Kazimwe Hassan, who is here, and the other is led by Brian Sebijimba, who is also here. We get confused and fail to identify the authentic group. As leaders who desire harmony in the taxi transport sector, we are in engagement with one faction of UTEGA, that is led by Kazimwe Hassan. We have attached letters to show our engagements. However, we know both factions originate from the renowned Dr. Chigunu Muhammad, my colleague whom has talked about. The so-called Dr. Muhammad called himself that he works with His Excellency the President, the conman. Since UTOF is an umbrella body uniting all taxi associations, we'd like to extend a leave to them such that they join us for improved service delivery and harmony in the taxi industry. Even now, I request them, we don't have any problem with them. In many government ministries and authorities, where UTEGA members have taken their complaints, they are always advised to cooperate and work together with the Federation for the betterment of the taxi transport sector. The chairman, Uganda Transport Development Agency, UTRADA, which you have seen here now, the chairman of Uganda Transport Development Agency is Mr. Mayambala Mustafa, and not Sechindi Rashid, because on that invitation letter, it was addressed to UTRADA, but then attention to Mr. Sechindi Rashid, who am not the chairperson of UTRADA. Sechindi Rashid, consequently, UTRADA is one of the associations that federated in UTOF. Then we come to the interim chairman, Uganda Transport Development Agency, UTRADA, of Rashid Ruman. The above person, Rashid Ruman, who is alleged to be an interim chairman of UTRADA, is just an imposter. Because for us, we know them down there. Each of everyone who is here, I can mention his stage and who is the leader of that stage. The non-chairman of UTRADA is Mayambala Mustafa, who has all required documentation related to the agency. Rashid Ruman was last in active service in late 2000, and currently has no stage of origin. He's the one now pretending to be the chairperson. It is a norm in the taxi industry that for one to be a member, he must have a stage of origin. Madam Chairperson, if you allow me, I made a brief report about taxi. I wanted to present it to you before, but we were caught. You will read. That's the brief background of taxi, how we are related down there. Since Parliament is open to all, he used that chance to also bring his allegations. It is on record that he is one of the people who don't want to hear that the taxi transport sector is at peace. He has always been against paying taxes, even when he was still in active service. The issue that we are required to furnish the committee with detailed information are responded to as below, Madam Chairperson. We were required to notify about the registration status of our agents, certificate of incorporation issued by Uganda Registration Service Bureau. Madam, Federation of Uganda Taxi Operators, UTOF, is fully registered and has a certificate to that effect from Uganda Registration Service Bureau, which is here too attached. We have attached that on that copy of our report. Another issue, the instruments leading to the enforcement stroke correction of the alleged multiple taxes imposed by the perpetrators of the maladministration of the taxi industry. The local government amendment of 5th schedule, instrument 2020, number 73 of 202 is attached to that effect. Good enough, even the Honorable Minister is here. The documentation or evidence of volume remittances made or money that is periodically paid by the taxi operators to KCCA. Taxi operators are issued with an assessment form from KCCA officers, after which they pay directly to URA account in banks that were identified by the government to receive revenue. That is where we stop to know. Good enough, the URA people are even here. The reasons given for mounting the alleged illegal roadblocks by the unidentified law enforcers. Collecting the park user fee is a mandate of Kampala Capital City Authority. Our role as UTOF is to sensitize our members on the benefits of paying the above fees. In any case, UTOF does not mount illegal roadblocks. Our involvement in the enforcement of payment of the park user fees was a formal request sent to us by the Director of Revenue KCCA, by then, who was Mr. Selonkoma Sam, as he was then. Secondly, we do not work with isolation in all the operations carried out.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Madam Chairperson.
You have a different document that you gave us and a different document you are reading.
No, we submitted those reports.
Mine stopped on page 2. Even the minister says page 2.
Maybe.
But I can hear you reading.
There was a mistake.
Remember which one do you have? 2 pages.
2 pages.
Yes.
Maybe, because you know yesterday we had a meeting with the Minister of Local Government. It took us a lot of time, maybe there was. But mine is complete, I don't know. You can, Madam Chairperson, listen, then I will submit this original one of mine.
Let's listen. Yeah, continue.
Thank you, Madam. But we even submitted this soft copy to the clerk.
It has 2 pages. It's already printed.
Sorry. He was then, okay. Secondly, we do not work in isolation. In all the operations carried out, there is a KCC enforcement officer leading the exercise. We even attached that copy of Mr. Selonkoma Sam, the former revenue director, KCCA. The evidence, acknowledgement of receipt of Uganda shillings 500 million given to the taxi operators by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, and the breakdown of its expenditure. Around 2016, 2017, His Excellency the President toured Kampala City and had engaged with informal workers from different sectors like markets, taxi operators, garages, etc. The taxi transport was one of the beneficiaries of the visit. However, during that period, the taxi associations were still at loggerheads and could not meet even meeting His Excellency the President. His Excellency the President was on an individual basis. Each association made their own effort to meet His Excellency the President. During that visit, Kampala Operational Taxi Stages Association, COTISA, hosted His Excellency the President, and in the process, His Excellency granted COTISA the 500 million for its members. If I may recall, the chairperson of COTISA then wrote a report to State House detailing the expenditure of the funds. It is important to note that those claiming the 500 million, as I've heard my colleague here, Brian, were not part of COTISA. He was a member of UTRADA. Other associations may also have received their above grant for their members. So, Madam Chairperson, I beg you that I give you my copy so that the clerk can at least get some more copies for the members. But for us, we should maybe formed by Mr. Luimbaza and the RCC. During that period where we used to fight, we even, like you've seen here, we even used to fight in front of His Excellency the President. That is when he directed the Minister of Works and the Transport to go and harmonize or put some elections so that one will come. Then in that process, that is when we decided to unite. To give you one instance, Minister of Works and Transport gave us a chance to go to South Africa to benchmark how they do their transport business there. But they could transport the chairpersons of the associations. The 6 associations, which were Kotisa, Utrada, Utoda, Intertax, Independent, and the Kotoda of my Musei there. I refused to go there. Well, even I wanted to get a chance of getting on a plane, but I refused to go there. Why? Because I would sit in the same plane with my enemy, Mayambala staff. I declined to go to South Africa. I gave a chance to another person from our association, just being that I don't want to go there, sleep in the same hotel with Mayambala, so I declined to go there. The envy was, I don't know how I can express it, but when the president, I revised that, and even we missed the chance of getting this so-called Honorable Nabanja Fund in COVID, because each association could took their members and what, so they said that you are disorganized. Some members are in Utrada, others are the same member in Kotisa. We can't afford to arrange you people. So that's when we decided to unite. Maybe because we've done it in a public office, that is what they are choosing us. Because we decided that let us do this thing in a public office. That's when the RCC, as the chairperson of security in Kampala, called the KCCA people. That's when Mr. Luimbas came. And all other securities. So the Minister of Works and Transport, General Katumba Wamala, and our State Minister, Yabakama, that's when they decided to hold the elections, and they said that you first go down and you harmonize all members of taxi operators, because you could find someone on the same stage. You could find someone like a chairperson of a stage supporting an association, then the vice chairperson, then supporting, like you see political parties, that one could, the madam could be an NRM, then another one could be an opposition. So this Ministry of Works and Transport told us, you first go and harmonize all members. All these were among these 6 associations. But during that time of visiting South Africa, one of our colleagues, the chairperson of Kotoda, found there in South Africa that the owners, the taxi owners there, they are the leaders. The leaders in South Africa, they asked this ministry that why did you build these drivers? We don't want to be with our what? Are they called employees? Employers. The workers. So that's when he picked that, let me go back to Uganda. I have to be the chairperson of taxi operators. So he jumped in this federation. He started getting some of our members. They connived with someone called a private investigator. How did you investigate one side? Did he come to Wutov to investigate all this? He could have helped our members. And I'm here requesting my colleagues down there. The confusion came in Parliament after we came to reply on issues of Natete versus Wotof. The stage where my colleague comes
Okay,
from,
you can
yes, I'm winding up, Madam Chairperson. Where he comes, Entebbe stage, that Entebbe stage subscribes to Wotof. But as a member, for him, he was a member of Mayambala, but he don't like Sekindi as a person. So he cannot agree to be in the same federation where Sekindi Rashid is the leader. The same to my little brother of Entebbe stage in Inatet. The same to this one of Mukono. The same to all. They are members on stages which has about 300 members there. That stage subscribes to UTOF. You can do a research, but such few members who are being used by these so-called private investigators, who used to get money in those languages, they could do reports, doing what? So they started. But before you, I request that we have to help government to get these fees. They can't. As of now, because we have united, Minister, yesterday have praised us that they got 7 billion from us, just being sensitizing our members. No one could refuse to pay because we call all the senior